What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to the next episode of Deadliest Weapons. Today I wanted to cover one of my favorite weapons, and honestly this weapon is very underrated, so it could have fit into either series, but considering how good it is, I did want to go ahead and throw it into Deadliest Weapons. This thing is incredibly devastating. I don't think people realize how good the Hot Mama is. Now, first of all, the Hot Mama is actually based off of the Morning Star. And the Morning Star had a special ability. It had a crit stacking ability, right? I'll put up a display on the screen, but with the Morning Star, every time you landed a critical hit, you gained plus 60% crit damage, right? You could only gain a stack once every 5 seconds, and each stack lasted 24 seconds. Now, the way the Hot Mama is, it's a little bit different. It can gain a stack every 5 seconds, and each stack only lasts 12 seconds, and it only gains plus 50% crit damage. But the Hot Mama is a higher damage weapon. I mean, they're hard to compare because like the Hot Mama has fixed parts, basically. I think only the stock can change, or maybe the sight. But the Morning Star can have lots of different parts. But essentially the Hot Mama does hit harder, and it's got part of the effect of the Morning Star, but it also has lots of its own effects. It has perfect accuracy when you sight in. It talks to you, obviously, which is really nice if you're down bad. It is also an elemental Jakobs, which is awesome because it's a Jakobs sniper rifle that can benefit from a Bone of the Ancients. So it's sort of based off the Morning Star, but with the Hot Mama's crit stacking ability, this will transfer to other sniper rifles, but of course you will lose a little bit of time because you have to swap weapons, so it's kind of hard to maintain them like that. But I'm going to go ahead and compare the Hot Mama here to the Amigo Sincero. I think the Hot Mama can be very competitive with the Amigo Sincero. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to do this with empty skill trees just to keep things simple. I'm going to leave the Legendary Sniper equipped while I do this, and when I do the damage test for the Hot Mama, I'm going to use the Firebone, and when I do the damage test for the Amigo Sincero, I'm going to use the Sniper Heart because that's how I would play these weapons. Although one advantage to the Amigo Sincero is that the Bone of the Ancients is better than the Heart of the Ancients because the cooldown rate is more favorable. For most people, not everyone would agree with that, but that's my opinion. So let's just see how much damage we get here. So originally we get 23.1 million, 26.9 million, and remember we can only get a stack every 5 seconds. And we're up to 30.7 million, that may be as high as we can go. It may be harder to maintain more stacks than that. Let's just keep firing off some shots here. Yeah, so it's harder to maintain that 30.7 million. But with that, let's go ahead and compare what we get with the Amigo Sincero. Go ahead and throw on the Sniper Heart. Go ahead and get some ammo and let those stacks tick away. All right, and now with the Amigo Sincero, we got 31 million. So the Hot Mama is very close to that. I mean, any weapon that can go almost shot for shot with the Amigo Sincero is a damn good weapon. Now, obviously, the Amigo Sincero is going to overall be better because it does bypass shields. And again, this is if it has a matching grip. If the Amigo Sincero had the doll grip, it would probably lose the damage test, actually. But I did want to go ahead and test the best version. Technically, the ceiling of the Sincero is higher because the Hot Mama, again, does have a fixed doll grip. But very comparable. I mean, overall, I would consider the Amigo Sincero to be better. But the Hot Mama is really good. It's locked to the best element. You can repeatedly farm it. I think it drops at a 20% rate from Lieutenant Angvar. I will put up a display to confirm that. And the way that weapon drops is, I believe, he drops whatever sniper rifle he has. So if you go in there and you see him shooting these freaking hearts at you, you know he has it. But I also believe he's bugged, and if he has a non-Hot Mama sniper rifle, it like won't pass the sanity check or something, and it'll get deleted from your save when you save quit. The advantage of the Hot Mama is, again, it can be farmed repeatedly, and you can use it with a Firebone. The Amigo Sincero, of course, will not benefit from a bone, and it's a quest reward. Now I'll show you how the Hot Mama's damage effect does transfer over. So if you remember, we got, let's see again, yeah, 31 million. So we'll go ahead and shoot, get the effect, switch back over, and now we get 36 million. So you can see that damage effect does actually transfer over for the duration of the effect. But yeah, incredibly good weapon is the Hot Mama. One of my favorite sniper rifles. I can't believe people don't talk about this thing more, man. It's so devastating. And it does have a ton of special effects. Again, it's an elemental Jakobs. It talks to you. It shoots those E-Tech hearts. It has perfect accuracy when you sight in. It does have that crit stacking effect. Now, the visual pollution is the one downside. Like, that's a lot of upsides to get, right? So it does come at the cost of that visual pollution. which is a little unfortunate, but you can get used to it. I know some Gauge players like to use this, but I think it does still have weapon sway, so it might be a little bit harder at really high stacks. But this weapon is going to be good on basically everybody. It is another incredibly strong weapon, even for OP10. We're going to come to the beatdown here, and I'm going to show, I always talk about how I love sniper rifles because the safety that they provide is really nice. They provide great safety and great damage. And on a map as tough as the beatdown, that's really nice. So I'm going to use the effective range of this weapon to try and survive better. Here's going to be my skill layout. I did skip velocity just because I like to slag and strip shields with the Pimpernel. You could take it if you wanted to. Okay, bar turned off. And all right, let's get started here. Pop some barrels, see if they'll aggro on us. Boom, one shot. Boom, one shot. Boom, one shot. Boom, one shot. I mean, look at these bullet sponges, dude. This is ridiculous. Damn you, Gearbox. Boom, one shot. Boom, one shot. Strip his shield. Yeah, I mean, holy crap, dude. Look at this thing. Oh, I missed. That's my bad. Still took him out in one shot, no slag. One shot, no slag, no badass rank. Almost a one shot through a shield with no slag and no bar. Really easy to hit fire thanks to at one with a gun. Again, such an incredibly good weapon. I could have put this in the underrated series, but it's just so good that I wanted to put it in the deadliest weapon series. Gosh, man. See if we can snap these guys. Ooh, there we go. And if the voice does get annoying, I believe you can turn that down in the audio settings. Now, the Morningstar does have a glitch where you can stack its effect for crazy damage. I have covered that glitch in my Dragon's Farming video. I will link that if you want to check that out. The Hot Mama does not retain that glitch. Yeah, I'm going to do a run with Mai as well. It's my favorite on Zero and Mai. But again, this weapon is going to be good on basically every character. Again, that visual pollution can be a little annoying. But that is a small price to pay for all the amazing, overwhelming benefits we get from this weapon. Again, being able to repeatedly farm this and it's locked to the best element, that is just insane. And again, I just cannot believe that people don't talk about this thing more. You know, it's just... This is why the misinformation in the community irritates me so much, because there's some people who just genuinely don't know better. Like, all they see is the talk about how there's, you know, only 6 viable weapons, and they don't even try with stuff like this, and they're just missing out on so much of the game. And then there's the people who are just stubborn and just basically won't acknowledge weapons like this and how good they are. How many good weapons there are, I should say. And it's not just Zero. I mean, I promise you this is really good on Mai as well. It's probably the best on Zero and Mai. Maybe Gauge because of its accuracy thing. And I think doesn't Krieg have skills to increase fire damage or something? So maybe him. But again, it's going to be good on every character. There's just no way it couldn't be. And again, if you can maintain the stacks of its special ability, it's just going to keep destroying enemies. He wasn't slagged, I don't think. But yeah, guys, I always recommend testing a weapon out yourself before you take the community's word on it that it's not good, because, you know, according to the community, that's just the Pimpernel and the Unkempt Herald and the Sandhawk, and that's like it. I think I've already got this is like my 25th episode of a weapon review, so counting those, I've already got 25 weapons up. Counting my build videos, I'm well over 100 at this point. I have to be. I've not got downed yet on the Beatdown, one of the hardest maps in the game for survivability. Alright, so he's got some fire damage, so I want to be careful here. Having trouble hitting him. Oh, that missed? Seriously? Oh god, this guy's bodying me. Oh, there we go. That was really sloppy. Alright, strip his shield. See, that's why I don't like taking velocity, because it hurts the Pimpernel's ability to slag and strip shields. And having the ability to strip shields this way, I don't have to run a shock weapon. I'm probably gonna die here because... Okay, got that guy. Where's this guy at? Okay, that was close. Again, the beatdown is just so dangerous because it's so full of elemental damage. Yeah, again, I would say the Amigo Sincero is better, but the Hot Mama is very competitive, and again, you could argue that the Amigo Sincero requires the Jakobs grip to be better, and it can't be used with a Bone of the Ancients, which is most people would consider to be better than a Heart of the Ancients. But on the other hand, the Amigo Sincero is able to bypass shields, so I would still consider it to be overall better. But the Hot Mama is incredibly good. I mean, honestly, like for most of these guys, I don't need to slag. If I can hit them with, if I can actually hit them, you know. Let's see if I can knock him back to easily crit him. Nope. So I think this is the guy who got knocked out of the... Ah, dude. He's so acrobatic, I can't hit him. There we go. Slag, strip his shield, hit fire him. Yeah, I think these guys have some kind of bug where when their health gets really low, certain types of damage won't hurt them. I think you might have to crit them when their health gets low. I've noticed just some weird glitchy stuff with their health bars. Yeah, you can see what I mean about sniper rifles being really great because they provide good damage and great safety because you can fight from so far back. Wait for him to pop his head back up. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like the body shot wouldn't kill him. Oh, apparently Motor Mama was originally going to be a raid boss in this game. I wonder what that would have been like, but I think they had to cut it for time or something. Wonder what that would have been like. Yeah, guys, it's just all about using your character skills wisely, intelligent building. That's how I can take enemies out this quickly. Again, this guy's very glitched. Like I said, my aim is to get 101 episodes of these out, so then I can definitively prove that OP10 has hundreds of viable weapons. And for some reason, crits were not registering on him. Very weird. Again, this is a very glitchy map. A lot of weird stuff like that. Still no Cobra, which is unfortunate. So they're going to be the difficult kind, and they're going to be the easy kind. Yes, I am ready to pull the trigger. Yeah, the Morningstar is good as well. It's not as good in my opinion, unless you would, you know, give it bonus points for the ability to do the Morningstar glitch. Come on. These guys can be so irritating. I see that one just blew himself up. Alright, there we go. Well, that guy's still alive. Will you look at me, please? Yeah, again, that visual pollution is like the one downside, because it can make it a little hard to land follow-up shots. But again, for so many, you know, for so many positives, it's just such a great weapon. Probably the best sniper that isn't the Lauda, the Pimpernel, or the Amigo Sincero. I mean, the Cher-Amise up there too for its utility. But for damage, yeah, very, very few snipers can compete. And then it also, again, has the ability to be repeatedly farmed and is easily farmable because it has essentially fixed parts and is locked to the best element. Ah, man, I keep missing. There we go. That splat is really satisfying. And you can see I'm not even maintaining a lot of critical ascension, and I'm still able to take these guys out. Yes, I am ready to pull the trigger. And with Killer, again, I love it. You can quickly reload to get one shot, one kill back up. Seriously? I cannot hit this guy. Jeez. Why can't I hit this guy, dude? What's wrong with me? Alright, let's create some distance. Stop running into stuff. Get focused up here. There we go. There we go. We'll redeem ourselves that way. Almost got down there, but we're okay. You know, like I always say, getting down is not a big deal. It's just kind of an extra layer of challenge I add on myself to try to avoid it. But, you know, very generous mechanic if you need to take advantage of it. Oh my god, I just cannot aim today, bro. You're kidding me. I guess. Alright, there we go, gosh. Honestly, sometimes it doesn't seem like I do know how to handle you. Okay, so I saw a shock explosion up there. That's scary. There he is. Oh, see, the Pimpernel almost killed him. Ah. Yeah, I mean, these bikers are just really annoying time wasters. I can't... Alright. There we go. So see what I mean with the damage not like registering properly with him? There he goes. I don't like how your hearts won't find you if you throw a grenade while you're in deception. Thank you. Alright. Let's do this, knock him back. See if I can stop him. There we go. Obviously, this is not a weapon that it's super easy to get a bunch of stacks of critical ascension, like not as easy as a Vladoff rifle anyway. But for a non-Vladoff rifle, it is one of the easiest. So yeah, when those guys get knocked out, I don't think they can be slagged. This guy's stuck on a barrel over here or something. So if you do have the Commander Lilith DLC, I would highly recommend picking this thing up. And again, it's just, I know I keep mentioning it, but being able to repeatedly farm this is so good. Like if you're leveling up and you're struggling to get a fire weapon or something, you could always go back and get this. And that's just really nice. I really like element locked weapons for that reason, because they're just so easy to farm. Again, it would be better if this could have like a Jakobs grip and a damage accessory, but it's so good without them that, you know, it's hard to complain when the farm is so easy anyway. Yeah, I mean, so good. But alright, that cleared this area out. Didn't even get downed on one of the hardest maps in the game with no Moxie weapons. Just good positioning, good play with one of the best weapons in the game. Highly recommend checking this thing out. And we will head on over to the Maya run. Alright, and here we are at Bloodshot Stronghold with the Maya run. No bar. Just taking a quick look at the skills here. I am using the Legendary Binder. I love using the Legendary Binder. It's so good with Maya for sniper rifles, Firebone. I forgot to get another grenade, so we're just going to rock the Transfusion and Blockade, my favorite shield. Now, you can see I did spec into Quicken, even though I have cooldown on both of these. Man, I just love cooldown rate. I know a lot of people will feel that that's excessive, and if you feel that way, feel free to move these points out. For me, I just love getting my action skill back faster. Especially with Maya, she gets access to Ruin faster, and to be able to hold enemies still, it's really nice. You can see Maya super good with sniper rifles because of stuff like Reaper and Phase Lock being able to hold enemies still. And, you know, Wreck being active is going to be so good. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get started here. Maya is a very good sniper. I have a Sniper Maya build if you want to check that out. That actually did use the Hot Mama. And we'll get started here. You could also do a subsequence build, which is where the skill that makes Phase Lock keep seeking out different enemies would be very good as well. So you can see even on Maya, it's doing really well, so it's not like it was only doing well because Zero has dedicated sniper skills. I promise it's good on other characters too, as you can see. Man, somebody's going crazy over there. Oh, I just Phase Locked the wrong enemy. Did I kill him? Okay, we're just gonna wait for our Phase Lock to come back to get this guy, because and it does come back really fast, which is nice. Visual pollution is crazy. Gosh, that's like the one downside of sniping with Maya, is how crazy that visual pollution is. Come on, dude. Come through the door. Did he die? Oh, I think Cloudkill killed him. Damn. But yeah, just look how fast we're getting the Phase Lock back. It's really, really nice. As I always point out, this is a map that is more of a long-range map. So long-range builds and weapons are best here. So see, visual pollution making it kind of hard to hit my shots here. I'm gonna get hit by that. That's okay though. With laugh tap, I'll be able to get my health back up. Or my health barely even got hurt, actually, didn't it? Okay, so there we go. Go ahead and take him out with the hip fire. Yeah, I guess it's because the accuracy is so good. Is that why this weapon is so easy to hip fire with? Or wait a second. No, I thought that only applied when you scoped in. I don't know. It feels easier to hip fire with than most sniper rifles. Maybe that's just placebo or something. So, yeah, kind of couldn't see for a second there. Yeah, that visual pollution again is going to be the one downside to this weapon. Especially like on my, who already kind of creates a lot of visual pollution. So sometimes you just have to kind of get a feel for it. But yeah, a subsequence build would work well here as well, if you wanted to do that. I did in fact kill him. He said I couldn't, but I did. Go ahead and take that turret out. We'll kill you through health gate. Oh, oh god, that was very, very close. I completely missed that guy. But there we go, we're good. I mean, again, it would have been fine if I did get down, but... Nice. Yeah, Mai is a ton of fun to snipe with. Like, if you've always wanted to snipe, but you're not particularly good at it, Mai is the character for you. Just being able to hold enemies still, super nice. Oh, we just killed him, one shot, no slag, no badass rank on OP10. With, you know, again, proper play, proper intelligent building, you can do stuff like that. Boom, take that guy out. Gosh, man, Mai is just so good. I would say Mai is even surprisingly good at bossing. I mean, she is considered to be bad at bossing, but I mean, I don't think she's as good as like Zero, but she's still very, very good when you know how to use her. And if I've done a video where I soloed most of the raid bosses with her, if you want to check that out. She is completely capable as a raider. Her and Axton both are. Even though people kind of consider them the worst raiders, they're both still plenty capable for most of the raid bosses. There's some that they struggle with for sure. But you can check those videos out if you want. I've also done a video. I've done tons of raid bossing content, tons of challenge runs. Soloed multiple OP10 raid bosses with OP0 gear, with non-unique gear, with no B shield, all kinds of stuff if you want to check those videos out. They're just dispersed throughout all of my content. If you want to see, I have a video, it's called 3 OP non-unique builds, and it's one build for Zero, Axton, and Mai, and I take on one mobbing section and one raid boss with each of those builds if you want to check that out. Although full disclosure, for the Mai raid boss kill, I did do the recompense exploit, but you know, Mai doesn't have to use stuff like that. Since I was locked to all non-unique gear, that's just what I went ahead and did. Oh crap, this is going to be a little dangerous. Need to retreat a little bit. So as soon as my, yep, an ironclad and this guy, little overwhelming to deal with, so we'll go ahead and take him out. I didn't want to throw my scorn because I was afraid it was going to slag myself, but now, let's see if I can hit it now. There we go. There's another ironclad. Go ahead and grab him up. Take them out in 2 shots, not bad. Ironclad lunatics are very tough, so to 2-shot them is very, very nice. Of course, there are other relics and class mods you could use. It's just, these are my preferred. Now, this section is a little hairy because you have to come forward in a way where you inherently get surrounded. Oh, I can't see. Sometimes that'll happen. You'll phase lock an enemy in a way that you can't really crit them. So this is one of the hardest parts of the game. There's not a lot of cover that you can actually use, right? Where's that ironclad? We'll go ahead and grab him. And then when Mad Mike spawns, it can just be a mess. Wait, does that guy have shock damage, or am I hallucinating? I might just be hallucinating. Alright. Where I know these guys are down here, I just can't freaking see them. There we go, one shot that guy. Okay, we got somebody over here. Go look at me, I'll go ahead and take him out. Oh, he just did like a crouch dodge. That was smooth. Alright, so see, this is what I mean. There's enemies from lots of directions, so I'm having to be careful here. There we go. Yeah, this is one of my favorite weapons. So again, let me know, is this one that you guys knew was this good, or had you kind of overlooked it? I've heard people dismiss it a lot, and it is just so, so good. I mean, again, a Jakobs sniper rifle that can benefit from a Bone of the Ancients is just awesome in the first place. And then with all the other special abilities on top of that, just so good. And also, like I said, you can transfer its crit stacking effect. But you would have to swap back to it to activate the effect again, right? So it's not like a permanent thing you can do, or really practical to take advantage of. I'm going to try to take this guy out without phase locking him so I can phase lock Mad Mike. There we go. All right. So come on, we'll go ahead and phase lock you as soon as you come in here. Visual pollution, not good, not good. There we go. Oh, they all died. Wow, man, Cloud Kill is so good. Which I'm also spec'd into Helios and Ruin, so I'm sure that helps some. But yeah, doing weapon test videos is a little... I don't know, frustrating, but like... Whenever I'm testing shotguns, for example, it is kind of irritating to not have a close range, a long range option. Obviously, the game is balanced around using all the tools at your disposal and having, you know, each of your gear slots to fulfill a different role. But again, for sniper rifles, I love them because you do have those long range capabilities, so they just provide that safety. And again, you can use them at close range, although it's harder for sure. I'll have to get to another Ma build soon. It's been a while since I've done one, and an Axton build as well. I recently did the Hunter Titan Zero build, and I'm gonna do a bunch of Allegiance builds with him as well that I might do in like one big video. Probably take on one mobbing section and one boss with each of those builds. And then I can show, I think there are 8 weapon manufacturers, so if I do those all together, I can show 8 viable builds that are effective for bossing in a single video, which should be, you know, good for some people. Allegiance builds are a lot of fun, even though some of the relics are kind of not the best. They're still viable. And as you can see, again, sniper rifles fully capable of lasting through a long stage. You know, again, I have tried to combat the narrative that sniper rifles aren't good in this game, or that they can't sustain a long usage because of ammo consumption. And I've just got so many videos up by this point proving that that is not true. So I made a little bit of a mistake, phase locked him in a way that I couldn't see his crit spots. See if I can hip shot him so I can save my phase lock. Crap. I'm just gonna have to phase lock him. Oh, and I missed. Damn it. Well, maybe I can shoot him now. There we go. Got pushed back, but we took most of those guys out. This guy's a shield, so we're gonna have to phase lock him. Yeah, Bloodshot is a very tough map for, again, for how long, like there's lots of long open sight lines on you and stuff. And then there's lots of enemies who have those big, like physical shields that you have to flank them. So Bloodshot definitely a tougher map. That Ironclad Lunatic just went flying in front of me and I couldn't see. I just... You're really gonna make me waste my phase lock, you asshole. See if that can catch up to him and slag him. Nice. I do like how the community patch makes the cooldown much lower on score, and I think that would have been better. So see, with those freaking... all the visual pollution, man, it's just... There we go. I think it significantly reduces the cooldown of scoring, which I think is a good thing. Because again, Maya does not have swap speed, so she mostly relies on her actions, or on her skills to slag. So getting that back faster is really nice, I think. And although she does not have swap speed, she does have the best natural slagging abilities. That's something I wish that they had fleshed out more. I wish they had given the characters more slagging abilities and stuff. Would have been cool. And just more slag tools in general. I mean, there's a pretty wide variety of slag tools in the game. A surprisingly wide variety, but, you know, it would have been better if there were more. And again, they just fleshed out the character skills and stuff. And like I mentioned in my last video, I do wish they had increased the swap speed as a baseline more than they did. But, you know, it works out. Boom, boom. Almost one-shot him without slag. And there we go. So yeah, snipers are incredibly good. The Hot Mama is incredibly good. You can see we just took out 2 pretty tough maps, didn't get down to single time. We're able to quickly take enemies out. Again, I just love the Hot Mama so much. I highly recommend checking it out. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. Huge thanks to the channel members, and an extra special thanks to Leg and Weirdna for being a Veracity Slayer. Really appreciate the support, man. It means a lot. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day, and I hope to see you next time.